let's talk a little bit on reproductive technologies right now. Now, as it develops, it changes the nature of parenthood. For example, I think that right now we have greater control over the process of procreation. We can select donors to make an embryo and test them to select the one that has optimal genetic potential. Some objected to such procedures, citing that we are interfering with nature and we play God. And if we allow this, it will promote social inequality and cause a division between those who are genetically enhanced and the rest of us. But what I don't get is that we interfere with nature all the time, meaning we build a dam to prevent flood. We play God when we operate upon a baby with a hole in her heart rather than watch her die. I read an article recently that says that this customizable soft robot, that when you fit around a heart and helps it beat, it potentially opens new treatment options for people suffering from heart failure. So is this playing God since it improves the quality of life for patients? Or is that also unethical? So I just wanted to ask is that why is reproductive technology singled out as a culprit of playing God when we are already doing so in other numerous situations in our life?
I think that's a good point. You know, always doctors and scientists have been accused of playing God. Well, first thing is that no doctors I've known that is sane claim that he's God. So
True.
Well, the insane one are somewhere else, you know.
Okay.
So basically, I think it's a catchword, a catchphrase that is very catchy, and doctors are playing God, which is a bit derogative and accusative. Okay, saying that doctors are doing things they're not supposed to do. First thing I want to say is that no doctors will say that they are playing God. It's because nobody ever think that they can be God. Okay, God is God because He creates ex nihilo. That means He makes things He creates material things out of nothing. Nobody can do that. No human being can do that, and none of our science can create material things out of nothing. Okay, so what doctors are doing is to use what is existent, okay, what has been created by God, you know, using natural materials, following natural laws, and try to improve it. And I think that if you look into church history, you know, look at the greatest theologians, I believe, the greatest theologian, Thomas Aquinas, and his natural theology, okay, which he based on Augustine, okay, and who himself is based on Aristotle. The natural theology, which Thomas Aquinas says, is actually God created the natural world, and with it have natural rules. So as long as you use the natural rules to do what and improve the life of others and love others, there's nothing wrong with that. So basically, when people accuse doctors of playing God, we are not really playing God. We are being co-creator with God. That means we are using what God has given us and try to improve on it.
That's good.
Or try to do better on it.
Yep.
So that area of playing God is, I don't think it's true. It's just an accusation of saying we shouldn't be doing that. But we are using natural laws, and I believe that God created with natural laws so that the principle of the domination over the earth, the stewardship, that we are to, part of stewardship is to make what is available and make it better. And that is where the whole area of medicine and it is coming about, really, to make people's life better. Okay. You mentioned something about reproductive. Why is it reproductive? Well, I think reproductive is very important to a lot of people. Okay, I mean having children is so. I think the whole area exploded in about 1977 when the first test-tube baby was born. The IVF baby.
That's also when I was born.
So
Yeah, I'm naturally born.
Yeah, naturally born. Okay. So Louis Brown, is the first IVF baby.
Yep.
Okay, and actually she is married, and she has a natural baby girl.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so it's that long now. Okay, so people argue is that it's an unnatural way because they took the sperm and egg outside, fertilized in the test tube, and then put it back into the mother. Okay, so that is the unnatural way of, because the nature is by sex. But actually, we are just using God's principle. I mean, God's fertilization. Only thing is that the location is different. Right? Okay, so people have issue with that. Okay, so when that was an issue, maybe about in 1977. Now it's so commonplace. Nobody even bat the lid. It says, "Oh, I'm going for IVF." Because when Louis Brown was born, the mother has been married for 9 years and been trying for 9 years to have a child. So what was once a big issue is no longer an issue now.
How about the rest of those like stem cell or cloning? Are they considered big issue today?
Cloning used to be a big issue, okay, in the sense that we were, in about, say, 15 years ago, we were talking about clones, okay, and making human clones and all that. Okay, and the main point is to produce organ donors. So if, for example, if you need a kidney, so you produce a clone and then you get a kidney. Okay, so that was a thing, and then of course this is fueled by a lot of movies.
I know.
Like Star Wars, the Clone Wars. Okay, so you have this. People have this perception that when you get a clone, you get a Xerox copy of yourself, same age, with all your memories, a duplicate copy. But actually, when you clone a human baby, if it ever happens, it will be a baby. And you have to grow the same age, same as you. So by the time the clone is your age, it will not be you.
Exactly.
It will be a person like yourself. Okay, but cloning is actually not a big thing now because with stem cells research and all that, we actually be able to clone organs. Okay, so you find that people hardly talk about clonings anymore. More of cloning of organs,
different parts of
stem
the
cells,
body.
stem cells and all that.
Now, I asked about cloning because in biblical thought, each human life has unique human identity because of divine image bestowed on us. So with that possibility, there's a lot of talk about possibility and success of cloning human beings. And I felt that this discussion could change our understanding of what it means to be made in God's image. The question then would become, are we seizing God's rightful place as creator? And like the building of the Tower of Babel, this is pushing human autonomy to the extreme. Those days, only God could do it, and now we are actually cloning someone. And whose image would this someone be based upon?
Yeah, because I think we have to go back to what you mentioned about image of God, the imago deal. Okay, there are a lot of, I mean, you study theology, you know that there are a lot of different ways to understand image of God. The most common way is to think that God is have a human shape. Okay, so that when you say we are making God, clone is a image of God, is a physical human, but God is spirit. Okay, so we are not making spirit, we are making a human being.
Correct.
Okay, so in that sense, we are actually, the image of God, my understanding is that it is the attribute of God. Okay, to be like Christ, to love our neighbor, and to help others. Okay, so that is the image of God. Okay, so when we talk about cloning, we are just producing a physical being.
All right.
So that's the thing. Okay, and personally, I think that there are limits. God has produced in His natural limits. Okay, they find that they are able to clone maybe Dolly in 1977. Okay, the sheep. Okay, but when they try for higher primates, you find that they cannot clone the higher primates.
Okay.
So maybe God's law has made it impossible to clone humans.
Yeah, and now that you say that there is way to make kidney and all that without cloning a person as a whole, maybe that is the direction that the technology will go forward, right?
Well, it is the direction that they're going forward now.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you bring in that image of God in a sense that it's not so much about that physical that God create, but a person, even if cloning of human beings is successful in the future, as long as that person grow up bearing his image of knowing who God is, loving him and loving one another, that is bearing God's image, right? Yeah, that's good. The question that I would like to ask right now is about consistency. Yeah, our ethical obligations cuts both ways too. You know, as we recognize it, just as it's wrong to cut someone's life short by euthanasia, we also know that it's wrong to not intervene to make the possibility for healthier and longer life. So what do you make of these ethics of omission in this regard? How can we be consistent throughout with our ethics as we decide on what can we do, what can we not do?
Yeah, because I think ethics is always more than just individuals. Often we think of ethics of, say, whether this person, we can do euthanasia on this person or on that person. But ethics actually has a wider role of, say, maybe pharmaceutical products. Like what happens is there's a drug that is can cure a disease, but it's too expensive for the population or the poor. Okay, so is it ethical to withhold such drug from the people who needs it? Okay, and that is a $1 million question because these drugs are making billions for the pharmaceutical companies.
That's true. Wow.
So that means ethics have to step and see the bigger picture. That means you have to go involve not only individual but also organizations, lobbying bodies, and even governments to come in and step in and say, no, we can help you to make money, but you cannot make too much money.
Okay.
I mean, they do need money to survive, but is that excessive and profit should not be allowed.
And then I suppose you have a board to govern that kind of decision.
Yeah, and then you will allow, say maybe these too expensive drugs to make cheaper, to be available to. And also it's like, for example, if you have a vaccine that can cure a certain disease, but not given because it's too expensive. So only the rich can afford it, and the poor is not.
Yeah, and that will touch on justice issue, right?
Yeah, because ethics is about autonomy, it's about beneficent, it's about magnificent, and it's about justice. Okay, so these are the 4 pillars of ethics.
So when we consider or make decision about what is permissive or whether we should venture into it, so these 4 angles of ethics should come into play instead of just whether it benefit me or the other. Okay, that's good. So there are many factors. Great.
As a Christian, I tend to see it more than just what the 4 I mentioned. I also see it as the sovereignty of God. Okay, that means God is in charge. Okay, the way of love, our stewardship, and also how we love one another. The way of love and how we act out this love.
Got questions? Connect with us. Send us a tweet or an email.